Elon Musk decides to launch a reactor that outperforms them while the energy sector is still working to catch up with his discoveries. Nuclear energy has long been viewed as a contentious energy source, but the current push to get away from fossil fuels has brought it back into the spotlight. Making an operable nuclear reactor could be the answer we require to address specific urgent environmental challenges and develop the aerospace and electric vehicle industries. Elon Musk aspires to be a pioneer in his field. Why does Elon Musk want to use nuclear gas, a contentious energy source? Welcome back to another exciting video from Informative Scoop. Today's video is Elon Musk just released a reactor that shocks China. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. The praise for nuclear energy. Governments and corporations worldwide are turning to nuclear power as they search for renewable energy sources, one of the few clean emission sources on the list. When considering the cost of relying on fuel and coal for energy generation, depending on nuclear power for your country's energy demands is almost non-negotiable. Aside from the cost of building a nuclear power station, producing electricity from nuclear energy is less expensive than having it from gas or oil. Nuclear fission is also 8,000 times more energy efficient than traditional fossil fuel. It has fewer emissions than fossil fuels and is unaffected by weather. Billionaires and business people from Silicon Valley have high accolades for this energy source. Venture capitalist Mark Andreessen has called for the construction of 1,000 advanced nuclear reactors in Europe and the United States, noting Silicon Valley's support for further nuclear energy research and development as a sustainable energy source. According to Josh Fried, the co-founder of Carbon Free Europe and the director of Third Way's Climate and Energy Program, without the investment and forward thinking of the pioneers in Silicon, we wouldn't be talking about innovation in nuclear power today. To create technological advancements in the field of nuclear medicine as well as atomic energy solutions like its Natrium reactor, Bill Gates even went so far as to form his own nuclear energy company, TerraPower. Elon Musk has also been outspoken about his support for nuclear energy innovation as a self-declared pro-nuclear businessman. He regards current nuclear power facilities as secure. Contrary to popular belief, I believe nuclear has a negative reputation, claims Musk. In my opinion, nuclear power plants shouldn't be shut down unless they are in an area vulnerable to natural disasters. He keeps his eye. Nuclear energy should be prioritized until renewable energy sources can rely upon more, battling with the cost. But creating something as sophisticated as a nuclear reactor is not straightforward. On average, a functioning atomic reactor takes 7 years to develop. But these projects typically require a longer time frame to shield the outside world from what is within. Building vigorous power plants costs money, and construction routinely exceeds the budget in Finland. 17 years after the project began, the natural reactor, known as UTO-3, first reached its maximum output capacity. Building the VG3 and VG4 nuclear power reactors will take at least 8 to 9 years. The $26 billion nuclear power facility at Hinkley Point, which started construction in 2008, is anticipated to be finished in 2027. This demonstrates the time and money required to build a nuclear power facility. I'll talk about time. If you like the video thus far, subscribe to receive more fantastic videos in the future. The fact that most people still have negative views about nuclear energy doesn't help either. The mention of nuclear power plants triggers recollections of the Chernobyl tragedy and the Fukushima disaster, demonstrating that accidents are always possible despite all safety precautions. Another source is handling the radioactive waste generated while manufacturing nuclear energy. Because nuclear waste cannot be destroyed with current technology and is hazardous to the environment, it must be stored. Environmentalists worry as well as a difficulty for nuclear power facilities. How nuclear reactors work. Nuclear fission is employed in conventional atomic energy production, while fusion and fire are the physical processes. Researchers struggle to create fusion reactors that burn hydrogen to generate electricity without producing radioactive waste. Fusion reactors have only enough energy to keep the reaction going, leaving no extra power for other uses. In addition, the amount of pressure and temperature required to fuse the nuclei makes maintaining fusion reactors for an extended period difficult. Over 200 fusion reactors have been built since the 1950s, yet none have succeeded, necessitating an explanation. Given the difficulty of locating and transporting the source fuel and maintaining the reactor, fusion would be a costly energy source. Elon Musk advises that we continue to build upon the basis of fission reactors, although fusion reactors may seem more alluring and lucrative, causing many to place their bets on them. The sun is our only functional fusion reactor. Therefore, making one would take a lot of time and resources that could be used more effectively elsewhere. We are already familiar with the technologies of a nuclear fission reactor being managed. Scientists can use that knowledge to produce something significant. Future fission reactors hope to use uranium without any negative consequences. In place of water, the reactor will be cooled using salt, metal, or gas. The water now employed as a coolant in nuclear reactors has drawbacks since the reactor is seen as a ticking time bomb or water bomb. In this instance, the hydrogen atoms in the water have the propensity to combine with neurons to form radioactive tritium, which, when released into the environment, is hazardous to living things. Let's say the reactor's freshwater supply from the power plant is compromised for any reason. In that circumstance, the water might blow up because of an accumulation of hydrogen molecules brought on by the high temperatures it is exposed to. Elon Musk didn't develop any innovative battery technology, the hydrogen fuel cell that many people are hoping for, or anything else. Instead, the nuclear diamond will be used to power electric vehicles. Radioactive diamond is used to produce long-lasting battery systems that can power cars and anything else that needs electricity. The battery is made possible by converting carbon into gas, chilling it, and depressurizing it. As the gas expands, a radioactive diamond forms. The diamond is then put into a semiconductor-filled battery cell. By gathering electrons and allowing the flow of electric current out of them, semiconductors like silicon help with the conversion of radiation into electricity. A non-radioactive diamond covers the radioactive diamond to prevent the radiation from being bound. As long as the diamond is radioactive, electrons will continue to be produced. The issue of storing radioactive waste that steadily affects this battery addresses our ecosystem. With over 90,000 metric tons of radioactive waste stored in containers in the US alone and unable to be destroyed, turning it into a valuable good will aid in the long-term abolition of nuclear methods. While users won't have to worry about a low battery with these batteries' zero carbon emissions and self-charging feature, it might be some time until Tesla releases a fully nuclear electric vehicle. Elon Musk has chosen to employ lithium-ion batteries because he is more focused on enhancing the performance and the life of the current battery pack used by the business to satisfy its customers. He uses around 7,000 of the same kind of battery packs that are used in laptops to power his electric autos. Elon must have chosen that his creative method is to use dated and uninteresting technology that no one else in the business is paying attention to, even though some may argue that it is more inventive to develop enormous automobile batteries for electric vehicles. As the new oil, Musk maintains that there is money to be made from converting lithium into battery cells, and that obtaining raw material is the same as getting a license to print money. These batteries are, after all, easily accessible on the market, cost-effectively heralding lithium. Musk argues that more investment should be made to make the most of the plentiful supply of raw lithium to meet the growing demand for lithium-ion batteries as we transition to clean energy. His ideas are pretty comparable to what Nintendo did to the video game industry, which was to improve gameplay for customers rather than spending time creating something entirely from scratch. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.